Continuing our reading in Ragweed and Poppy by Avi, today is chapter 31 and 32. Chapter 31, Poppy. When Poppy rushed out of the log house, it took but a few seconds for her to turn the corner and plunge into tall protective grass. There, trembling with relief, she paused. "I'm out," she cried. "Out, and I did it all by myself." Elated with her triumph, she stood in place, heart fluttering. Taking a deep breath, she allowed herself to feel the bliss of freedom. "Oh, I'm so proud of myself," she thought, and was aware that she blushed with pride, even as, at the same time, she couldn't help but giggle. "I did it," she said again. Then, because it felt so good to say, she said it again. "I did it." Thoughts of home filled her head. "Oh my," she told herself. I so want to get back to Gray House. How wonderful it will be to get there. And if I can tell that nice mouse, that one named Ragweed, that I freed myself, it will be so good. I'll save him a trip back, and he might even think a little better of me, of silly me, dancing into that trap with my... No, she scolded herself. Do not go dancing again. With a joyful shake of her whole body, even as she firmly resisted the urge to dance, Poppy took a step forward, only to hear, "Help! Will someone help me, please?" It was not merely the cry that stopped Poppy. It was the oddness of the words. What she was hearing was so much like what she had called out when she had been caught in that awful trap. It was as if she was having a bad dream, a memory about a nightmare that had already happened. "Help!" the call came again. "Will someone come and help me, please?" Unsettled and considering the possibility that she had lost her mind, Poppy moved cautiously forward until she reached the end of the log house. Once there, she crept a little further, paused, and peeked around the corner. She was surprised to see the trap. Only then did she remember watching the girl carry the trap out of the house. Not that she had known what the people were intending to do with it. Now it appeared as if the girl had set the trap back down precisely where it had been before, on that patch of short grass near the flowers. Did that girl think I would go into it again? I may be silly, but I'm not stupid. Poppy's impulse was to run off in the opposite direction as fast as she could and have nothing to do with that trap or the people. She was about to do exactly that when the cry came again. "Hey, isn't there anyone to hear me? I want out!" That held Poppy. The voice was familiar, although she could not place it. She took a few more steps toward the trap, only to realize that someone was in it. Back to her. She stared. It was another mouse. Altogether astonished, she drew closer. Then she looked, and that was when the mouse in the trap turned around and Poppy saw who it was. "Ragweed?" she cried. Ragweed clutched the trap bars with two front paws. "Dude, I'm glad to see you." But, Poppy stammered. "What are you doing in there?" "Like," returned Ragweed, "what are you doing out there?" "I got free on my own." "Hey, did you figure you asked did you forget hey, did you forget you asked me to rescue you? I thought you were sleeping in here. So when I hurried inside, I hit the switch, and whatever it is, I couldn't get out. I'm stuck in here." "Stuck?" asked Poppy, hardly believing what she was hearing and seeing. "Yeah, don't you remember?" said Ragweed. "We tried everything to get you out, right? Same thing. The bars won't give and the trap doors are shut tight. So here I am." But what about Gray House?" said Poppy. "Did you ever go there?" "You serious, dude?" "I went the way you asked me." Ragweed went on to tell her all about Basil and the other mice. "Is Basil near?" asked Poppy, still finding it hard to believe what she was hearing and seeing. "Sure, right over there, that direction, in the meadow," said Ragweed. Go on over and see for yourself. I need you and your family pals to drum over here in double time and peel me out. With enough paws, we should be able to lift the flaps. That was our plan, remember?" Poppy stared over at the meadow. She was finding it hard to believe what had happened. She, outside the trap. Ragweed, inside. Members of her family close. She saw no signs of Basil or the other mice. "Are you sure they're near?" she asked. "You disbelieve in me? Absolutely. I brought them here to free you. The way you told me, I'm telling you." Ragweed pointed. "They're right over there. You need to bring them over here fast. I want out." "Okay, I'll get them. Be right back." And with that, Poppy started to run. "But hurry," she heard Ragweed call after her. "I don't want to stay in here forever." As Poppy ran around the corner of the house, the first thing she saw was the blue car. That made her stop. But when she realized it was not moving and that none of the people were near it, she continued on toward the meadow. She had covered half the distance when an enormous animal stepped out of the meadow grass. The animal, with an angry look on her face, was calling out, "Lothar, where are you? Can you hear me? Come back here, Lothar!" As soon as Poppy saw the animal, she turned and raced off in a completely different direction, her back to the animal, the car, Ragweed, and Basil, telling herself, "You need to hide." Chapter 32. Lothar and his mother. "Lothar!" cried the mother raccoon. "Where are you? Can you hear me? Come back!" Lothar, asleep inside the car, heard his mother and woke up. It took him a moment to recall where he was, under the blue car's front seat, where he had been hiding. "Lothar, where are you? Answer me!" I'm right here," Lothar replied. Then he realized his mother probably would not be able to see or hear where he was. He worked his back onto the seat. "Lothar!" Standing on his hind legs, the young raccoon looked out through the car's side window. Quite plainly, he saw his mother on the road below. "Here I am," he called. His mother heard his voice, but when she looked around, she could not find him. Lothar banged against the door with his claws. "Here, Mama, here!" The mother raccoon looked up and saw Lothar at the car window. "What are you doing in there?" I ran away from a snake." "What snake?" The one that was chasing me. The biggest snake in the world. It doesn't like me, and you told me they bite." "Where did it go?" I don't know." "I'm glad you ran away from that snake," said the mother raccoon. "But you need to come out of there this instant." "I can't." "Why?" Lothar banged on the glass again. This box won't let me out." "How did you get in?" This stuff." Lothar poked at the glass window again. "Wasn't there." "Are you sure?" No, I'm not sure, Mama. But Mama, guess what? There are these big animals around. The only fur they have is on their heads. Ragweed Mouse told me they are people." "We need to keep away from them too," said the Mama Raccoon. "Will they hurt me?" "They might." "What should I do?" Can you hide some more?" "I was under a seat." "Then get right back under it fast. Stay there and keep quiet. I'll try to figure out what to do." "Okay." And with that, Lothar climbed back to the back seat and crawled under it. "This is a safer place," he said. "More room." He settled down to wait. Outside, his mother stared at the blue car and tried to think what she might do to get her baby free. That's the end of chapter 32.